Hello guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Long time no see. It's been almost 2 years now since we've really done anything with YouTube, and we kind of wanted to do a walkthrough of our spring garden and kind of update you on what's going on with our growing area and what we're growing for the summertime and the springtime, and just do a little catch up. And right now I'm standing where our old mobile home used to be. So we did a really cool thing, I think. We started all these peach trees, plum trees, apple trees. We did a little orchard where our old home used to be. We thought it would be kind of special to have a place where we can come and hang out and watch things grow, and have a little place where our home used to sit. All right, so what we have behind us is a Florida Crest peach. And this is considered a low chill hour for zone 9, maybe zone 10. I'm not really sure about that, but definitely zone 9. It does really well here. And we had this is going into our second year of this peach tree, and you can see it's doing really well for us. So we had a really bad storm come through a couple days ago, and it kind of tore up a lot of our garden, and we'll show you that here in a minute. This peach tree took a little bit of damage. So what happens when peach trees are this young, you really should come along and pluck some of the fruits off, because this happens right here when it weighs down too much on these branches and you get some wind or a storm or something. Pieces like this will break off and damage your branches, and that's not a good thing for the tree, because once they break off like this, it is very susceptible to disease. So I didn't do that this year. I didn't have the heart to. I wanted to just kind of see what this peach tree would do, and we're kind of paying the price for it now. All right, this is another one of our trees in our orchard. This is called a nectarine, and the exact variety is that right there, Chabacano. And this little snake here, this actually is a pretty good deterrent for birds. Birds love to come over here and peck at these things. But these nectarines are absolutely delicious. I kind of prefer them over peaches, to be honest with you. What we have here is some fig trees. This is something that I started getting into about 5 or 6 years ago, and in the last 2 or 3 years, I've really gotten heavily into collecting figs. I think we're up to 50-something odd cultivars at the moment. And all these trees here that you see on these 2 pallets are trees that I started from cuttings late last year, and I just up-potted them a couple days ago. Now all these trees here will become mother trees for future cuttings for our nursery. And I mentioned our nursery, that's something cool we started last year. Is we started our homestead nursery here on the farm, and we are now a certified nursery here in the state of Florida, and we'll be concentrating mainly on selling fig trees and other fruit trees. The grow bags, we have yellow zucchini called Gold Delight and yellow squash called Gold Prize. Now we mainly like to grow our squash and our zucchini in pots. We feel like it keeps the disease down, or you can see they're a little rough now, but growing them in the pots like this helps keep the disease and the bugs at a minimum. The blackberries, we actually had these in the ground for a couple of years, and they just did not produce for us, were not healthy. They did not like being in our ground. So I dug them up, I put them in 15-gallon pots, and built this little trellis system for them. And this is the first year they absolutely went nuts. They are loving the pots. Most of these are Apache blackberries. There's 1 or 2 in here that I lost the tags on them, and I had them forever, so I don't remember what their cultivars are. But most of them are Apache, and you can see that we actually picked them already today, and they're still loaded, and some more ripening. All right, this is a couple of our citrus. We started out from really small pots. That's a Satsuma. This is a Hamlin orange, and I forget what this one is. This one is also a Satsuma. Okay, so this is a new addition this year to our garden. This whole, from this box on back, was part of an in-ground garden that we've had for several years. But unfortunately I've had some back issues, and we had to cut our in-ground garden in half, and I started putting these raised beds in at the beginning of last year. And this actually will be the last year for our in-ground garden because my back just can't take bending down all the way to the ground anymore. So we're gonna go completely all above ground and in box gardens this year, or next year. Whatever we usually put here in this box usually does fantastic for us. And I decided to put okra in this spot this year to see how it did. This is the first time growing okra in this spot, so fingers crossed that it'll do as well as everything else we've put in here. We usually grow jambalaya, and that's what this is. A lot of people have their fan favorites of what okra they like to grow, but for us here in 9A Florida, this jambalaya it's unbeatable. All right, so up front here we have daddle peppers, and on the back half are all green bell peppers. Over here in this box we have German Johnson heirloom tomatoes. And over here in this box we have roulette. These are heatless roulette peppers. And in this box we have ping tongue eggplant. If you come around the back side over here, that we do have one that just started.
Oh my goodness.
That's an Asian eggplant. I've not had those yet. I just wanted something a little different in the eggplant, so we're trying this year. Okay, as I touched on briefly before on our figs, this is more cultivars and mother plants for our fig cuttings for future plants that we're going to be selling here on the nursery farm. Here behind me we have cucumbers, and we did pick them today, but there are a few left. It's a very heavy producer. All right, and in this box we have what they call Grandpa's bunching onions. They are delicious in salads and pretty much whatever you put them in. They're gorgeous. What you do is you separate them, kind of tease apart the roots, and then you take that and then you replant it, and that will multiply. Within a month you'll have another bunch. This box is just a leftover box from the fall. I do have more zucchini and another round of squash growing. They'll be ready in a couple weeks. And this is leftover celery from the fall. This thing was a monster. We started picking at it, eating it here and there, and it's gotten a lot smaller, but yep, you can grow fantastic celery in Florida. Ambrosia sweet corn. This looked really nice here last week, and we got, like I said, we got a storm a couple days ago that broke up some of our peach trees, and it also wreaked havoc on our corn plants. You can see here that it blew a bunch over. They won't stand back up. And after that storm, we also got a really heavy round of worm damage. Okay, behind me is some more fig trees. These are the oldest cultivars that we have. This is the ones that I started out with 4 or 5 years ago. And as you saw in the previous clips, we've grown a lot since then. But yeah, these are the biggest mother trees we have. And this one right here is the one that looks like it's going to be producing the earliest. This is a LSU Gold, and it's a very sweet tasting fig. All right, so this is our first real attempt at growing watermelon. We dabbled once or twice before, but maybe with like 1 or 2 seeds just to see if they would grow, and we didn't really have great success. But this time I really put an effort toward growing them, and I would say it worked pretty good. My daughter really wanted to taste some watermelon and wanted Dad to grow some watermelon, so Dad grew her some watermelon. And this is what we've got so far. Doing good. It's our largest one. But we've got a couple throughout, sporadically grown throughout, but this right here is the largest one so far. So this, out of everything that we're growing this year, this is what I'm really bummed out about. I really love growing tomatoes, and we love eating them here on, you know, tomato sandwiches, and we make salsa, and we do all kinds of stuff with tomatoes here. And these were probably some of the biggest, most beautiful tomato plants that I have ever grown. And as you can see here, they have all fallen over. And that storm again I mentioned, it came through here and just tore everything down. I would probably say we lost maybe 65–70% of our tomatoes. I tried picking them back up and re-trellising them, and they just started breaking off, so I don't think there's much we can do. We're gonna try to salvage as much as we can from the ones that have fallen over. But this year's tomato crop is just about toast. Once they fall over like this and lay in the ground, disease will set in, and the bugs will just, worms and everything will just start tearing them up. So I don't think there's much to do about it now. We'll just have to try again in the fall, grow a couple in the fall, and, you know, chalk it up to another Florida summer. Not all is lost. There are still some standing that we'll get some good tomatoes off of. You can see here that, you know, they're healthy, they're growing. A handful, we will get some tomatoes, but really did a number on us, that storm did. And this will be like I said earlier, this will be the last in-ground garden that we probably will do forever, if not for a while, just due to my back issues. So from this point on, most of our stuff will be grown in those metal boxes. These are some of the things that we are starting to grow out for our nursery business. These are blackberries, Apache blackberries, and those are Mysore raspberries. All right, this is our newest addition here on the farm and nursery. It's our new greenhouse. It's a 12×16 made by Lark. I had it custom built with our specs, kind of how we wanted it. We had extra windows, exhaust fan. We had spots for ceiling fans put in. We had a composite floor put in. So yeah, this is mainly going to be for our fig grow out in the winter for winter cuttings. And we'll take you inside, take a look. So in the back here, we ran some plumbing. So we'll have water in here. Up top, we ran some shade cloth just to keep it cool in the summertime. It does drop the temp about, I'd say maybe 10 degrees with it on versus with it out. The exhaust fan we have here, it really sucks that hot air out as well. That helps. The little mini ceiling fans I put in. We also had 8 windows put in, 3 on each side and 2 in the back. That definitely helps with the airflow. We put the rack in the middle, and this will be also for fig cuttings for the winter time. Thank you all for sticking with us through this long drought of no videos. We really enjoyed walking through our garden with you and showing you what we have growing, and showing you our new addition to the nursery. And if you'd like to hear some more about our figs, something that I'm really super passionate about and excited about the future of us growing figs and selling them, just drop us a comment below, and I'll do a more in-depth video of the different varieties we have and show what else we got growing. Until next time, see you guys later.